Continuous and comprehensive evaluation is an education system newly introduced by Central Board of Secondary Education in India, for students of 6th to 10th grades. The main aim of CCE is to evaluate every aspect of the child during their presence at the school. This is believed to help reduce the pressure on the child during before examinations, as the student will have to sit for multiple tests throughout the year, of which no test or the syllabus covered will be repeated at the end of the year, whatsoever. The CCE method is claimed to bring enormous changes from the traditional chalk and talk method of teaching, provided it is implemented accurately. Overview: New scheme of evaluation. As a part of this new system, students' marks will be replaced by grades which will be evaluated through a series of curricular and extracurricular evaluations along with academics. The aim is to reduce the workload on students and to improve the overall skill and ability of the student by means of evaluation of other activities. Grades are awarded to students based on work experience, skills, dexterity, innovation, steadiness, teamwork, public speaking, behavior, etc. to evaluate and present an overall measure of the student's ability. This helps the students who are not good in academics to show their talent in other fields such as arts, humanities, sports, music, athletics, etc. Pattern of education. Unlike CBSE's old pattern of only one test at the end of the academic year, the CCE conducts several. There are two different types of tests, namely, the formative and the summative. Formative tests will comprise the student's work at class and home, the student's performance in oral tests and quizzes, and the quality of the projects or assignments submitted by the child. Formative tests will be conducted 4 times in an academic session, and they will carry a 40% weightage for the aggregate. In some schools, an additional written test is conducted instead of multiple oral tests. However, at least one oral test is conducted. The summative assessment is a 3-hour-long written test conducted twice a year. The first summative or summative assessment 1 will be conducted after the first 2 formatives are completed. The second will be conducted after the next 2 formatives. Each summative will carry a 30% weightage and both together will carry a 60% weightage for the aggregate. The summative assessment will be conducted by the schools itself. However, the question papers will be partially prepared by the CBSE and evaluation of the answer sheets is also strictly monitored by the CBSE. Once completed, the syllabus of one summative will not be repeated in the next. A student will have to concentrate on totally new topics for the next summative. At the end of the year, the CBSE processes the result by adding the formative score to the summative score, that is 40% plus 60% equals 100%. Depending upon the percentage obtained, the board will deduce the CGPA and thereby deduce the grade obtained. In addition to the summative assessment, the board will offer an optional online aptitude test that may also be used as a tool along with the grades obtained in the CCE to help students to decide the choice of subjects in further studies. The board has also instructed the schools to prepare the report card, and it will be duly signed by the principal, the student and the board official. Often during the evaluation of social science papers, the following concepts are observed. Investigation of the situation: what is the question and what is to be explained? Deductive method: what does the student know and how can he use it to explain a situation? Correlation with a real-life situation: whether the situation given matches any real-life situation, like tsunamis, floods, tropical cyclones, etc. Usage of information technology: can the problem be solved with the use of IT? If yes, how? In addition to that, various assignments can be given such as projects, models and charts, group work, worksheet, survey, seminar, etc. The teacher will also play a major role. For example, they give remedial help, maintain a term-wise record and checklists, etc. Outcome and effect: the outcome of the system of CCE at the initial level varies. Though most of the schools implemented it quickly, teachers and students who were more connected to the older system of evaluation and examination faced difficulties coping with the changes. The main aim of CCE being to reduce the pressure, a mass of students enjoyed it. However, Many even know that it was aiming to make weaker students who didn't do hard work feel as if it's okay if they don't study, they were still going to pass. This method of CCE has also reduced the competition to a great extent, but that doesn't at all mean flaws in Indian educational system are over. With more and more students with A1 grade now, pupils have a harder time getting admission into different educational institutions. The process of continuous learning actually focuses more on projects, activities, than actual learning. The workload is nowhere reduced in truth, because even though the exams have been cut off, students wrestle with time and effort making projects and preparing for oral tests all the year round. Even if the syllabus is not covered, one needs to have to participate in activities. That is not all, some schools have not been able to implement CCE in the way it was meant to be, resulting in intense workloads on students, yet not real learning. No exams, but still pressure that seems to have become the message of CCE. Sources and external links: official website for CCE, official website for CBSE, additional subjects offered by the CBSE for CCE students.